Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Welcome back to another video. City have just beat Palermo 3-0 in the final pre-season game. It was an awful lot of fun. Tijjani Reijnders, mate, you have rocked my world. Now, I'm not exaggerating here. I think you might just be the greatest footballer the world has ever seen. Stupidly good. Yeah, I don't know how he didn't have a hat-trick. That was just genuinely so much fun. Look, it's just a pre-season friendly, absolutely. And there's loads of caveats to add. The quality of the opposition, the fitness, blah, 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 etc. But it was so much fun to watch Reijnders be so goddamn good. And to watch these players, two very different halves of football, show just how good they are. Look. Ultimately, there's a long way to go, and this City side will develop better when you've got Foden, Rodri, Vardiol, and all the other people involved. But that was a City side full of confidence, and it was a City side full of ideas. Not always perfect, absolutely not, but two very different 11s with lots of talent in all of them, and I absolutely enjoyed that. It's hard to break down this game fully. I'll talk about the top line stuff first because I want to talk about Reijnders, I want to talk about Cherki, I want to talk about Bob and Co and Kusanov and so on. But I also want to talk about the halves of football individually. First of all, I'm going to start with Reijnders. Look, Reijnders is an absolute killer, a monster of a footballer. Some players, you look at them, you can see in their eyes that they have absolutely no fear whatsoever, and they are riding the crest of a wave so big that it may as well be a tsunami. That was a tsunami of force as Reijnders got forward. He should have had the most absurd hat-trick when he rounded the keeper and lost his footing, unfortunately, due to a bobble. But the quality, the aggression that he got forward, just so good, man. The quality of his finishing, ridiculous. He's going to score an awful lot of goals. Look, I don't want him playing as a 6. You saw him as a 6 at Club World Cup, but I think there's a reason Guardiola wants him further forward, because that box crashing is undeniable. Like, the pace and power he's got, the movement, the finishing, that's a 20 goal a season player if he plays every single week. I'm not even exaggerating there. He's going to score so many goals, and he's going to win you a lot of points in FPL, fantasy football. Maybe he'll get you your Final Fantasy save files as well. I don't know, somehow. Watch out, Sephiroth is coming for you. That's a niche reference. Some of you will get that, some of you won't. But either way, Reijnders, he definitely could stop Sephiroth. He could do. He's too quick, too skillful. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, wonderful footballer. So much fun to watch him. And just to show you once again, like, they've got their eyes on the prize, really have, like the signing of him for around 50 million is just so good. The other top line story for me, I thought Kusanov was excellent. Yeah, he's just so good, man. Like, the pace and power that he's got to sort of cover anything at any times, and aggression, just really good. Kusanov is such a talented footballer who will get his moment. He'll learn English, he'll get more experience. Stones, Ake, Kanji will all be gone in a year from now. He'll be around the team and get a lot of football this season with the injuries kicking. And yeah, absolutely, Kusanov is a cracking footballer. The thing for me I enjoyed the most, other than Reijnders' incredible cameo, probably was that Cherki Bob link up in the first half. Two magnificently talented footballers. Cherki and Bob are cut from the same cloth. Street footballers. Abby, I'm not going to fall for that, mate, in the chat. I watched the South Park episode. I'm not Kanye. But yeah, that Bob and Cherki, they're just so gifted, man. They just want to play football the fun way. I was going to say the right way, because there's no right way to play football, but I corrected myself to say the fun way. And they have so much talent, the link-up play, the skill. And I've got to say, by the way, I've got to carry that on to Doku Savino in the second half, because Savino in particular really enjoyed... Really enjoyed the link up with everyone else. Mad Hatter, there's your answer, mate. It's white underneath. But he asked if the collar was white. Yeah, it's just this is the cheap one, by the way, £80 one, but not the authentic one. And it's still got the white underneath there. But yeah, I thought the link-up play with the wingers and the creative players was really good fun, man. The first half in particular, there was so much vibrancy from that 11. It wasn't always perfect, a little bit too fast every now and then, but you can't deny the technical ability of that side. Watching Rico Lewis link up with Cherki and Bob and Nico Riley, Nico Gonzalez too, Marmouche and everyone, Ait-Nouri. Yeah, like, there was just so much technical ability. I was really enjoying the one-touch football, the movement. It wasn't always coming off, but some of the movement was so intricate and so precise. And when these players grow up and they get their composure. You can tell it's going to be something really special eventually. Second half was a little bit more prosaic at first, a little bit slow and unimaginative, but eventually they found the control, they found the rhythm, they got at the Palermo side with wonderful efficiency, prompted mainly by the good footwork and the feet of Savinho out wide, Doku linking up really nicely as well. But Savinho, it looked like to me Savinho could really benefit today for this season from the likes of Reijnders. A runner off the ball. It's something we've been lacking for an awful long time, We moan at Savinho, we moan at Doku for no end products, but where's the hunger to get in the box? You don't see that from Gundogan anymore. You don't see it from Bernardo Silva. You don't see it from those players. They've got no one to feed. And Reijnders showed you what people like Savinho can do, if they have people who want to run and get in the box. That's the difference for me. It's so much fun to watch. Just refreshing to see runners off the ball. I thought Nico Gonzalez was good in the first half, by the way. Yeah, he did everything he needed to do there. Of course, I think there's still more to come from him. Like, there was the weighted through ball from Gundogan to, who was it? Savinho, which was beautiful in behind. As much as Gundogan doesn't have the physicality or the pace anymore, he still has that quality which Nico Gonzalez doesn't quite have yet. That could come with composure and time and so on. And I remember Rodri unlocking that with time as well. But I think Nico Gonzalez clearly has the physical quality. And I still maintain he's a future at Manchester City for him. People have got in the heads a little bit with Nico Gonzalez and made the mind up on him. Made the mind up that Guardiola's made his mind up, which I don't think is true at all. I think he's working on him as a project. But I think largely lots of positives from both halves, if not always perfect in both halves. There was so much talent on display, and I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. Trafford was fine. Obviously, he got caught in the ball at the start. Very little to do other than that, to be honest. It was very hard to judge. But Ederson had his insane bozo moment as well, where he decided to double uppercut their forward, which might have got him sent off with an aggressive referee in a serious game because it was ridiculous. By the way, looking at Reijnders' goal here, by the way, the first one in particular, where he just drills it into the far corner, it's pure Gundogan, that. It's pure Gundogan. It's fantastic, the movement. But what I love about Reijnders as well, it's the pace he gets forward. But here we go. So Savinho... the little flick, by the way, Savinho to Mukasa. Mukasa, I'll get onto in a bit. But the little flick from Mukasa, incredible vision, just to knock it back to Reijnders, who bursts forward and slots into the bottom corner for his second goal. Lovely stuff. Movement quick, footwork good, technically good. It's what we wanted to see that we didn't see last season. Quick movement, quick touches, box crashes, and composed finishing. So good. The first goal, by the way, I haven't talked about that yet. Cherki Rico Lewis picks out Haaland, who fires into the bottom corner of his right foot. A cracking finish from the captain, Haaland at the time. Really, really nice stuff. But overall, for the football, look, I'll go through the players individually. This is how we lined up in the first half. Mamouche couldn't get involved too much for what it's worth. Not his fault as such, but it wasn't really a game for him. Ait-Nouri, a couple of defensive issues, but largely, looks so silky going forward, as he always does. Yeah, as I said, it was hard to judge Trafford because there wasn't a lot for him to do. I'll ignore that first minute. Caught in possession, put it down to his nerves. I thought Rico looked good, by the way. Rico, I know people aren't always big on Rico, but I think Rico at his best is always part of a creative, highly intelligent and versatile side. And Rico Lewis is one of those footballers. He's highly intelligent, he's versatile, and he's lively, and his movement is excellent. If you put people like Cherki and Bob around him, he's going to enjoy his football. You have to allow for his defensive deficiencies, of course, but Rico is a very smart footballer, and Guardiola likes him for a reason. I will die on that hill. Doesn't mean he should be starting every week, but it clearly has talent, and it's a fool to play down that talent, in my humble opinion. Stones and Kusanov is such a majestic back line. Kusanov, all bombast and bravado and physical power. Stones, elegant. It was lovely to see him go through that half and look really composed, A couple of slight hairy moments, but it'll happen. Gonzalez, O'Reilly, fine. O'Reilly I thought was quiet, actually. Not his biggest game, but it'll be fine. Cherki, good. Into the second half. This is how we lined up in the second half when Mukasa came on in the end. Ake played left back. Doku, Mukasa tried to get wide of him every now and then. Nunes bombed forward. Savinho tucked in a little bit, finding Reijnders who's overlapping. And it was, look, Kanji did get sort of caught him at one point, but largely everyone was fine, and the football was good fun. The thing that struck me was that the movement was better. The young lad Mukasa, such a talented footballer if you don't know much about him. One of the standouts from the youth sides last year. excellent for the under-18s, capable of magic things, scoring wonder goals. Do you know that goal, the non-goal that Reijnders should have had his hat-trick when he rounded the keeper with a little drag back? Mukasa scored a goal like that for the 18s last season. It was ridiculous. Maybe Reijnders was inspired by him, but he sat him on 2 players in the arse for the 18s. He scored a great goal. Very capable of that too. But Mukasa, look, I'll go to his stats. Looks absolutely at home, big lad as well for what it's worth, which is good, good physicality, key pass, of course, and he got an assist, kept most of his things, the passes, 15 out of 18, a few touches, he looked at home physically, he looked smart, he looked big, he's a really talented player, loads of skill. He'll go far. Savinho really enjoyed his time out there. A lot of people are down on Savinho. I'm not down on Savinho at all. I think he's a cracking footballer, Savinho. Look, Savinho started last season fantastic, but when the team got worse and they fell off a cliff last season, I don't think it was a coincidence that Savinho, the new signing, struggled too. Savinho's got so much talent. If he gets the right players around him, he'll have a feast of a time because he's a cracking footballer. He just needs to be in a confident side and give him time. He's only 20, 21 years old. Same with Oscar Bob and the other players, like Doku as well is only pretty young too. Just really talented footballers that I'm glad they're in our squad. I'm not saying they're going to be world class, but I know they're going to be better than people think they are. They get far too criticised. Savinho had a cracking little cameo. Nunes, all that pace. Forrest Gump when he gets going, man. Just legs it forward. It was fine. Second half was good. The first half was good. Lots of reasons to enjoy that half, that game of football. It's just Palermo, but it was still a lot of fun. And I more than enjoyed what I've seen. Mukasa, by the way, good. Quality footballer. Really, really good. Just really talented. I'm trying to see online if I missed any narratives. I'm sure there'll be some things, but Mukasa making his debut. I hope he stays around the first team now. Mukasa gets the Carabao Cup games, things like that. He's surely the kind of guy as well that will get in the team if players get injured, if Guardiola moves on certain players, because he has the talent. He's like this. He should be the Nico O'Reilly of this season, where he's big enough, he's technical enough, and he's smart enough. Mukasa could be a cracking 8 one day. Took a Nico O'Reilly, of course, but so good. And another left footer. Some quotes here from Oscar Bob. He said, "It's a pleasure playing with Ryan and the other Rayan and Tijjani. They're world-class players. It's a pleasure. I used to live upstairs academy with James Trafford. We're good friends and old friends. He's become a great keeper." I love that, by the way. So they used to live together in the academy. Yeah, the CFA, the players had dorms there, so they stayed together. What would your team for next week be, by the way? I think Nunes will start. Probably Diaz. Vardy always available. Ait-Nouri. I would probably start Nico, Gonzalez, Reijnders, Cherki, Haaland, Bob. Something like that. Maybe then Doku. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I'm relaxed. We'll see what he does. It's going to be very hard to pick 11 because there's so many good players. Foden will come back into the team almost certainly, I think. I don't know, but I've got a good feeling about it. Everyone's been very down. I know it's just a friendly. Everyone's been really down on this season. And I don't feel it. I think the players that are coming into the side are going to improve as an awful lot. I think they've got so much talent that I think the energy of the squad will be good. There'll be some teething issues, but if Rodri gets back in the side and links up with Reijnders and Cherki can carry on building, and Foden and Bob and Savinho challenge for that side, and Marmoush and Doku and whatever, and a lot of them, and Haaland find form, and I don't know, man. I think everyone is underrating City. I think you're right, Mohammed. I've got to do a preview for the season this week, and people are going to mock me, but I think we're going to challenge for the title. I don't know if we'll win it, but sides don't go 2 years terribly, and I think you're naive if you think otherwise, and we're going to be so much better. We're going to be so much better. We'll find a defensive rhythm at some point. We've got Trafford to challenge Ederson. We've got world-class talent in midfield, world-class talent up front. I think I'd be amazed if we have the same injury issues as last season. I don't know. I'm feeling really confident, guys. It's quite late and I'm tired, so I'm going to leave it there. But I'll do a 5 things learned tomorrow. I'm watching the City crew get soaked by sprinkles right now, which is good fun. But yeah, Oscar Bob, by the way, I need to talk about him. You're right. Oscar Bob, he should have got through on goal that turn. He got pulled back. He should have had an assist for Cherki as well. Cherki missed it. Oscar Bob looks like he's carried on from a year ago when he was cruelly robbed of his injury. Hopefully he can carry on playing to the level that we know he could be, because he's a special talent. I enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Up the Blues. Reijnders, you're a ridiculous man. You're going to be special. Bye-bye, and I'll see you tomorrow for 5 Things Learned.